I don't know if I'll be posting this on TikTok or YouTube or both. But for those of you that don't know me, my name's Isaac. I'm 19. And if you have been on my TikTok page, seen my posts, my reposts, you'll know that I've been going through a breakup and a heartbreak right now. And I just kind of wanted to just talk about stuff because throughout this whole process, I've learned so much about myself and about, I guess, life in general, and I wanted to talk about grieving. To be specific, everybody grieves different. There is no set path. There is no set time to when you stop grieving. There's no, it's not a straight line. It's very much up and down. It's a roller coaster, and even then it's different for everybody. I'd say the breakup is probably the most painful loss I've had to go through. I haven't lost any close immediate family members that I was really close to, especially recently. I haven't had any of that, fortunately, throughout my life. So this, to me, the best thing I could compare it to is like losing a loved one. Even more so, I would say, for me at least, it hurts even more because this was someone I had planned a future in my head with. I loved so deeply and so unconditionally. And it's someone that was so integrated into my daily routine in life, and to just kind of have that go away in an instant, the way, at least for me, the way it kind of ended very abruptly and very out of nowhere. It felt like they had died, because I wasn't talking to them anymore. I wasn't texting them. I was seeing them, unfortunately, because I did have a class with this person. I no longer, because it's summer, I'm not in school anymore, so I don't see them at all. So now it's like they're really gone, and it's so hard for me because, unfortunately, in my situation, I felt like I didn't get the closure that I deserved, which is unfortunate. But at the end of the day, I don't think it really would have. It would have helped, but it wouldn't have made it so much better to where it didn't hurt anymore, So there's that. And when I say everybody grieves different, I've had friends, random people online tell me, it's been about 2 months since the breakup, and I had people tell me, it's time to move on, bro. You got to move on now. It's been 2 months, lock in, move on, and I feel like that's so disingenuous to say, because you have no idea what the relationship was like. They have no idea what you're truly like. They may have an idea in their head, but no one knows you as well as you do, and no one knows that relationship as well as you do, and the other person that was in that relationship. So to kind of tell someone else, hey, it's time to move on, you don't have the right to say that. I keep thinking back to Kendrick Lamar, United in Grief, first track from Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Everybody grieves different, and it's so true, because it's different because everyone as a person is different. Every relationship was different, and it's so different. You can't tell someone what to do and what to not do, because you don't have the full details, and you probably don't know the full scale of what happened. And for me, from what I've known and learned through this grieving process, it's like having to grieve like a passed away family member. It's having to grieve the future in my head that I pictured with them. It's having to grieve the person I was when I was in that relationship. I would say that was probably one of the happiest, if not the happiest I've ever been, of having to grieve that amount of happiness, of having to grieve not being someone's boyfriend anymore. I'm having to grieve not seeing her family anymore. It's so hard. It's like I lost her. I lost her entire family that I had gotten quite close with. I'll touch on that maybe the next video. I'll go into more detail about that and how I feel about how that went down. But if you're going through a breakup, you're going through a loss, any kind of loss, and someone is telling you, it's time to move on. It's time to go and move on, go see someone else, go do something to make you happy. And I'm not saying that those people in your life that are telling you that are necessarily bad people, because their intentions are in the right train of thought and in the right spot. But it's don't feel like something's wrong with you if you're not able to move on after a few months, half a year, a few years. It's not the same for everyone. Some people are able to move on and go through grief in a month, a few months. Some people need a lot more time than that. Some people honestly never do fully recover from that. They may go forward with their life, but that's something that's always going to stay with them, and that's okay. That's what shapes us as people and shapes who we mature into. So if you feel like something's wrong with you, you're not like doing something wrong. You're completely normal. Everybody's journey through grieving and throughout life is different. And, do what you think is best for you. For me, it's been kind of hard because I almost don't want to move on in a way. Because moving on means like that door is closed forever. And that's kind of scary and sad to think about. But at this point, I wouldn't say I'm fully healed, moved on. I'm starting more to accept the fact that, it genuinely is over. If she wanted me in her life, she could have reached out to me at any time. She knows how to reach out to me. She knows how to text or talk to me. And she won't. And I'm not going to reach out to her because she was the one to end things, and I feel like that would be violating a boundary that she's clearly set up. So yeah, everybody grieves different. Everybody goes through loss, heartbreak differently. It's all a part of life. To love is to be hurt, to be vulnerable. There's such a fine line between love and pain, and being in love and falling in love with someone is accepting the fact that you may feel pain, you may get heartbroken. You're opening yourself up to them and giving them that other person such a responsibility, which is a beautiful thing to do. And I can't speak on everyone's experiences, but in mine, the love that I shared with her was probably one of the best, if not the best, feelings in the world. But what can you do? It was 10 minutes. I wasn't expecting to talk 10 minutes. I might not even post. I might sound like an idiot, but we'll see.